Great rising, great rising. What's going on, team? Mr. Bashir, welcome. Jessica, welcome. I'm gonna give everybody another minute to join and then we'll get started. We'll go through the pairs like we usually do, one by one. Look to see if there's anything left on the table for us. And then we'll go on from there. We'll say the trade that we were looking at from last night hit break even. I was looking at GJ. Off the bat, like what I was explaining yesterday, even when I did take this trade, it was like, you know, again, just high probability versus low probability, right? That's number one, right? Number two, there's huge, again, there's a big reason as to why I'm always so anal about taking trades during Asia session, right? And again, it's just allowing the market to develop, allowing price to develop, and then attack the markets when you have a better clear vision of where price and what price wants to do, right? So the good thing is we're disciplined enough to know when to place our stop losses at break even. I had opportunities last night again to get out of the trade in profit, even if it was a few pips in profit. But greed kills every good trader. Instead of getting out of the trade, instead of just waiting to see what price wants to do, especially at 2 in the morning here. Like I was up pretty much all night last night. As soon as I saw this, I should have got out of the trade. And really similar to what happened to GCAD, right? That's two trades in a row where I'm doing some pretty stupid mistakes, right? So very similar to what happened to me on GCAD last week. Pretty much same shit happened to me on GJ. So we'll go over this. Oh man, I just fucked up. I deleted the chart. No, what happened? How'd I do that? What chart is this? GJ on FXCM. FXCM. That's crazy. So yeah, that was the trade from last night. Again, hit break even, so it's all good. No worries. Right? No damage has been done, but it's all good. We'll go through these pairs one by one once again. Like I was saying, we'll look at anything to see if we have anything left for the day. If price is trending, if it's not trending, if it's going with the trend, if it's not going with the trend, if we have any continuations. If you guys have any pairs you guys want me to look at specifically, let me know. Any entries you guys are looking for, any pairs you guys are looking at right now, let me know. There is one pair, I just don't remember which one it was. I believe it was NVD CAD that I did like because we have 2 days of rise. Right, we are in the first zone of consolidation. We had the inducements of the lows. Price is just consolidating here, which kind of sucks. But let me take a look at this pair real quick, see if we could catch anything on this one. Dude, these small pairs are nice. Always nice to take, especially when it is trending. Let's take a look at this real quick. So we got higher high, higher low, lower low, higher high, lower low, lower high, lower low, higher high, change of character. We're looking for a higher high break of structure, which we did get, and then price came down and gave us little inducement of the lows. It did give us that little 5-minute break, however, because it did go lower. Price gave us engulfing candle in the 5-minute here, just printed. Like, could we use this as a flip zone to get us into the 3rd day high? That's the question. Let's mark this as a 372. Let's do this. Let's go step by step here. Right, and then let's also go into the 1 minute. Right, in the 1 minute we'll be able to see a little bit more of structure, where we could see higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Boom. Then we had lower low, change of character, lower high, lower low, higher high, change of character, higher low, right? Higher high, then price came down, gave us lower low, change of character, lower high, lower low. So price gave us a fake engulfing candle here too on the 1 minute. No bottom candle on that green wick. So this flip zone on the 5 minute would be pretty nice. Looking at something like this, to be taking something like this. So let's take a look at NZD CAD in a little bit. We got what do we got? We got 3 minutes. Alright, we'll come back to NZD CAD. Let's look at these pairs one by one real quick. The ones that we have on our list, the ones that we look at. AU, not trading right now. Still moving counter. EA, still making lower lows and lower highs. Gonna wait on that one. ECAD, we're just still stuck in the zone of consolidation, so we're already gonna turn that one off. EU, we're still stuck in the zone of consolidation. Gonna turn this one off as well. Gonna wait to get out of that. GA already hit STP and it's almost at ADR, so we're gonna be getting out of that one already. GCAD already hit STP and is already at ADR. We also like the fact that price already gave us a change of character as well, so GCAD is looking good for the rest of the week. GJ just still in the middle. I'm gonna keep GJ on just to see if I could take a little revenge trade on that one. We'll keep an eye on GJ since STP hasn't been hit yet. GU, ADR has been hit and price just continued that trend to the top side. What's EU doing? That's crazy how EU and GU are kind of moving completely different right now. Keep an eye on EU. US 30. Price filled perfect. So that's exactly what we were talking about yesterday, right? Price came down, filled the gap that was left from Friday's push to the top side. Now price is down here. This does look like price wants to give us a little type 1 pattern. Could be a little type 1 pattern. We'll keep an eye on it. A little bit closer to the NY session. USD CAD hasn't hit ADR SCP just yet, but we're still trading counter, still making lower lows and lower highs. So we're gonna turn that off. USD ZAR is just moving sideways, moving counter. Gonna turn that off. Gold already hit STP for the day, so there's nothing here left for me. This could be good for the rest of the week. Finally got the change of character back to the top side. We have 2 days of rise. Could be looking for that third day going into tomorrow's trading session. So tomorrow we'll be tonight going into tomorrow we'll take a look at we'll keep an eye on gold. Bitcoin gave us a day of no net yesterday and price has just been moving. Could we expect gold to we'll keep a close eye on gold and US 30 as well. And then oil already gave us STP for the day as well, so I'm gonna turn that off. So really the only thing we have left, US 30 we'll keep an eye on closer to the NYC session. We'll do the same with GJ and EU as well, and we'll go on from there. Right now I really don't have anything clear. EU is just still in this little zone of consolidation, so just looking at the charts just from the overview without doing anything too crazy, you know, it's not looking like a good trading day at all. But again, we'll do the same thing we did yesterday, right? We'll just wait, we'll give it time, and we'll see what price wants to do. So now NZD CAD, let's see if we can get this flip zone entry for 372. On would be ideal to look at for today as well. So already we could see on the 5 minute price gave us the break, gave us a low inducement of the lows. After the inducement of the lows in the lower time frame, price gave us a change of character and then just push to the top side. So let's see if in the 5 minute we could get this flip, see what we could do from here. keep an eye on this, see what price wants to do. Any questions in the chat, guys? Any other pairs you guys want me to go over? Anything else you guys want me to talk about? Just let me know. See how this works out for today. But my stop's a little bit lower, just below the wick of the red candle. We'll use this entire flip zone here to see if we could use this. And let's see what happens. Got a nice 372 once again, going from the top to the bottom. First zone of consolidation in an uptrend, V1. Rejection of the lows. After the rejection of the lows, price came up, gave us a higher low, right, on the daily, on the 4-hour, doing the same thing, right? We're pretty much still just in the same spot as the daily. And then on the 30-minute time frame, we have 2 days of rise, right? The 30-minute highs and 30-minute lows that we're trading in, right? We had higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Price gave us this higher high, and then price gave us a change of character, lower low, lower high, lower low inducement. Then we had a 30-minute change of character, higher high, higher low, and we're trading between this higher high and this higher low here. So we're trading between this 30-minute low over here. I'm going to use this entire zone and higher high. We'll keep this here. And then let's go back and let's look at EU GJ US 30. Look at EU first. Right? EU, we're just still throwing these exhaustion candles. I'm definitely gonna let price do whatever it has to do here. We'll wait till 9:30 for that. And then US 30. Let's take a look at this real quick. Price gave us an engulfing candle going short. So we'll wait it out again till 9:30 to see what price wants to do in these areas here. Give me 1 second, guys. My bad, Bashir, my sister called me. Euro AUD, yeah, of course. So Euro AUD started from the top to the bottom, right? So we know we're at a higher high. Price was at a higher high. We're looking for a higher low to be set, right? And the whole thing with EA, same thing with ECAD, I believe, same thing with GA. A lot of these pairs that have gaps in the market, and we could check real quick, right? Because this example for EA that I'm gonna give you is ties down similarly to what I'm gonna say about ECAD, right? Because we have that gap at the bottom. Is the same thing that I'm gonna say about no GA is one of the good pairs that doesn't have a gap. GCAD is also a good one that doesn't have any gaps. I think that was it. I think all the other gaps were filled already, right? Let's take a look real quick. Go through these one by one. EA has that gap. ECAD has the gap. EU has the gap too, but EU's gap is very steep. I don't think we'll get that pullback on EU this far back. So the example that I'm gonna give you for EA isn't gonna be the same with EU. GA, GCAD, GJ, GU don't have gaps. GU doesn't have a gap either. Yeah, and I don't think any of these other pairs. So with EA, right? The question is, how far back is this pullback going to be, right? The second thing is, we already have 3 months that price gave us those pushes to the top side. So I'm not expecting this month, I'm not expecting price to give me another push to the top side. What I'd be expecting more here out of EA is for price to give me a steeper pullback, fill this gap, and then continue the push to the top side. However, at this point, again, it's just the question, the age-old questions for traders is how far back is the pullback going to be, right? And again, if every strategy is different, every strategy has different rules. Meaning, if you use the fib retracement, right, there's different traders, there's different retail traders that are only looking for a 23.6 or 38.2% pullback. There's some traders who use the fib who are looking for a 50% retracement, right? There's some other traders who use the discount, the premium and discount zones, right? And those are a 78.6 to a 88.2, I think. What's the fib level for that at the bottom? Right, 78.6 to a 88.6% retracement. So that's the question. It's just how far back is the pullback going to be? Now, you could have multiple points of interest. So for example, in this instance, let's say that the 50 EMA is a point of interest, right? Let's say that the previous internal structure retest, right, which is what we have in this area, right? Let's say that this is a point of interest where we're expecting price to give us that higher low to continue into the higher high. In order for us to start looking for trades going long, what do we need to see? Let's see if any. We have 6 people in here right now. Anybody know the answer to that question? In order for you to start looking for buys, what do you want to start seeing? Let's see if anybody knows the answer to this in the chat. Kendall says higher highs, higher lows. Anyone else in the chat? Mr. Bashir, what do you want to start looking for when before you start looking for price going to the top side, before you can get into long positions? What do you want to see on the charts? Kendall says change of character, break of structure. He also says the BBL. BBL on the chart would be kind of crazy. Nobody else want to give this a try in the chat? Come on, guys. There's no such thing as wrong answers, guys. We're all here to learn. A question that you have may be a question that somebody else has. Engulfing candle and changing character. Peanut butter jelly wouldn't be bad either. Fuck with that. Fuck with that. Right? Exactly. We want to start seeing higher highs, higher lows. We want to see a change of character, break of structure. Right? We want to see the engulfing candles. If we could get an engulfing candle in this area. Right? Right now, what are we doing? We're still making lower low, lower high, lower low, all the way down to the bottom. And price right now is pushing up, giving us a little lower high still. Right? So The first thing I want to see is that change of character, break of structure. As long as price is still giving me lower lows and lower highs, I'm not taking any of those trades. Very similar to gold, right? Very similar to gold. Right now for gold, where were we? Higher high, higher low, higher high, price came down and gave us a higher low. If you want better structure, you can look at it in the 4 hour. Higher high, higher low, higher high, boom, higher low. Once price got to the higher low, what are we looking for? Before I can start taking a trade here, what do I need to see? I need to see that change of character. I need to see a continuation. I need to start seeing higher highs and higher lows. So it's okay. I'm okay with missing this trade. I'm okay with missing this trade. I'm okay with missing this trade. Why? Because again, as soon as we start making higher highs and higher lows in the overall structure, as soon as price gives me a 372, that 2 days of rise, I already know that for tomorrow we're gonna start looking for this trade to give us another push to the top side. Price gave us a clean break of these highs, right? Testing candle, second green candle closed above, right? Boom. We got the pullback now. We're looking for a pullback. So gold for tomorrow, right? Gold for tonight for the next trading session going into tomorrow's trading session. This is the trade that I want to start looking for to continue that push to the top side. So it's very similar to what I'm looking for on EA, right? So before I could even consider taking trades on EA, I need to start seeing higher highs and higher lows. And I believe NZD already hit stop loss here too. Yeah, so that was a fucking bullshit trade too. Damn, man, that's 2 trades in 2 weeks. God damn. We went from not losing a trade all year to now I got 2 losses in my pocket. This is not good, guys. Not good. This flip zone went to shit. Let's move this over here so we don't have this clustered on the screen. Let's go back to the 30. Yeah, we're still missing that 372. We're still good, still trading with the trend. This is actually the when I'm looking at structure on NZD CAD, this actually looks really good. Right, again, we had the change of character, we had the break of structure, we had the pullback. Once we got the pullback, we're looking for that continuation, but it doesn't look like price at this point here, right? It's looking like price wants to just trap traders, just hit everybody's stop losses. It gave us a crazy engulfing candle in the 15 right after it gave us one in the 5 minute. We'll keep an eye on this, see what happens later. But I hope that made sense. Then I get evicted, yo, fuck. Facts. That's crazy work. But yeah, Mr. Bashir, I hope that made sense. Let me know if you need another explanation or something else with that. Let's take a look at EU. And right now, like with these pairs at this moment, I'm not too fond of taking any of these trades right now. And nothing for EU really. Price is just still in the zone of consolidation. I'm not gonna really mess with that. Um, Again, understanding the correlation between pairs as well. The fact that EU is pushing up. I'm not expecting GJ to push up. The fact that GU is pushing up like crazy, but EU is not moving. Again, the correlation between the pairs. If GU is moving up, GJ is gonna be pushing down. So, right now, what I'm looking for on every single pair is just is not there right now. So it's same thing as yesterday, pretty much. There's really not a lot to go off on. And again, the fact that price for GU and EU are pushing up and US30 is pushing down, again, it doesn't make any sense. These are usually pairs that move side to side with each other. They usually make the same type of moves, and very differently with USD CAD and USD ZAR. Like USD CAD and USD ZAR move opposite of US30, and the fact that USD CAD is moving similarly to US30. Again, the correlation just makes no sense right now. This is already letting us know like the market makers are just trapping traders left and right, and they've been doing that since yesterday, pretty much. So just trapping traders, right? The SRC traders, right? The smart Roger concepts. We're gonna get a break and retest. Like how many traders you think thought that this was gonna happen going into last night, and then boom, just went straight to stop loss, right? And as again, it would make sense because if you're trading this as higher high, higher low, higher high, you're looking for a higher low to continue, boom, straight to stop loss, right? So this just really goes to show it's a really tricky week this week in the markets, like, and we're seeing it today. I mean, we just saw it with the engulfing candles, we saw it with the flip zones, we saw it last night with GJ's bullshit trade too, right? With the flip zone and the exhaustion candles, like everything right now is just inducing traders. That's all the market makers are doing right now. And again, last night's trade just goes to show why I don't trade Asia session. And what happened to this gap on EU? All of a sudden it doesn't appear. Okay, cool. We can take this out. No problem. Yeah, that 30-minute gap that we had on EU just disappeared. What the fuck? Okay. Um. So yeah, guys, that just really goes to show, gotta stay true to your rules. As soon as you start fucking up your rules, as soon as you start doing shit that you're not supposed to, it's gonna bite you in the ass. So, gonna be patient. Not gonna be looking for any more trades at this point. Got looks like a 30-minute engulfing could be formed here. So we'll continue to keep an eye on that, but we'll explain. Thanks, no problem, my brother. But any questions, guys? Any other pairs? Any other entries you guys want me to talk about? Any entries you guys are looking at? Just let me know. If not, then again, that's pretty much it for me today. I'm not really gonna take any other trade. I'm gonna cool it off of that L right there. I'm not gonna chase any trades again, as I explained. Looking at all these pairs, we could see how the market makers are just inducing traders left and right on every single pair. There's not one pair that we could look at that's like, oh, this looks perfect, right? There's not one pair. So sometimes that's the name of the game. That happens sometimes, and it's all good. Again, tomorrow, want to keep in mind that tomorrow we do have um FOMC is tomorrow at 2 p.m. So the fact that price, I'll say this too, usually the day before a high impact news day, usually you're not going to get any type of movement. Usually you'll get price to just consolidate. And again, you could just go back and go back test it, go look at the previous NFP days, go look at the previous FOMC days. You guys will see that the day before the news hits, you're not going to get any volume. If news hits at 2 p.m., you're most likely not going to get any volume until 2 p.m. Right? So the fact that price for every single pair, and again, we could just use GU as an example, the fact that GU is moving this much the day before news on a day like today where we have no news at all, you could already see the manipulation happening. So, there's not much to really go off on here. Could you explain again how you calculated your trade target for which trade specifically? Or are you just saying in general with ADR and the STP and all of that? If you're speaking about like the NZD CAD trade, for example, what was I looking for here? I was just looking for the 372. So since we have 2 days of rise, I'm looking for that third day push to be given. I'm looking for my take profit to just be yesterday's high, right? If you're asking about ADR or STP, right? Let's use a trade that hasn't hit STP just yet. What's STP on here? 72. So first thing is first, right? How do you calculate ADR? How do you calculate STP? So ADR, right, is 72. In order to get STP, you need to do 72 minus 33%, which is 48 pips, right? So 48 pips. Did we do that today? We did do that today too. See, that's something else that I didn't even fucking look at. If we would have seen that price already hit STP, I wouldn't have taken this trade. So let's go look at another trade real quick, so we could see so we could calculate STP correctly. So let's use GJ as an example, right? GJ's STP is 101. Let's say I decide to take a trade here, right? Boom. Let's say I take this trade, right? My stop loss, let's say I use this stop loss just here at the bottom. I'm looking at 101 pips. So since I'm going long, right? Since I'm looking for price to go long, I'm looking to, from the bottom of the day, the lowest point of the day, I'm looking at 101 pips. So 101 pips is over here, and this is where I would have my take profit for the day. At STP of the day would be 101 pips. So that's how you would do it. Your ADR is 154 minus 33%. What you get on that would be the STP. In this case, STP is 101 pips, right? So again, since I'm going long, I'm looking at the lowest point in today's chart, right? The lowest point of the day, and I'm looking for 101 pips going long. So I would put my take profit wherever my entry is at. I would put my take profit at the 101 pip mark, and that would be where I would take profit. Let me know if that makes sense. So that was another rule that you guys could see there with NZD CAD that I fucked up on completely because I didn't calculate STP or ADR there. But STP for the day was already hit for NZD CAD. Now, could price just continue this trend to the top side? Yeah, it can. Again, at this point, this could still be a nice 30-minute engulfing candle. You know, you would be having a 6 pip stop for a 14 pip TP, which is not bad. A little 1-to-1, a little bit overall 1-to-1, which is not bad, right? Especially on a small pair like this. You know, risking 6 pips. Let's say you go in. If you have a small account, let's say you could go in with anywhere between 50 cents to $1 lot size. That's 140 bucks that you could get just extra on your account there. So it's not a bad. It wouldn't be a bad trade to just keep an eye on. But I'm not gonna risk it for today since that shit already hit us out. I'm not gonna fuck with it no more. GJ is still just moving down, so we'll again GJ. I'm pretty much done, or I'm sorry, US 30. Still pushing down when you know GU and EU are just skyrocketing. So again, the correlation between these pairs, how they're moving is just completely off. Everything is off. Everything is completely off. So you know, I'm not gonna force any trades for the day. I couldn't find the exact indicator. The indicator for the ADR is this one right here. Sorry, let me open it. Well, I could show you on this here. Is this one right here. ADR, AWR, AMR by Smart Money Concepts. This is the indicator I use for the ADR, which is this one here. And then the other indicator I use for the EMAs is the SMA by KGS. And then you don't need to do anything. I don't believe you got to do anything with the settings, but just in case you want to copy them, here's the settings if you want to just go back and rewatch this. But I don't think you have to change anything. I don't believe so. Uh, any other questions, guys? Before we pretty much finish for the day. Like I said, I don't really have anything left on the tables. Nothing really left for us for the day. All of the pairs that we were looking at already hit STP or ADR. The ones that didn't hit STP or ADR just moving counter trend. Um, so just gonna cool it, man. We also just took a small L, nothing too crazy, which is always good, right? That's why I do enjoy trading the smaller pairs. Because of that, it was literally just a 4 pip stop loss. So luckily, it was nothing too crazy. But again, we could see how price is just trapping traders, just hunting for stop losses and then going. So again, at this point, could there still be an opportunity to trade? Yeah, we could still look for this engulfing candle. If we could get this engulfing candle printed, we'll get a retest to then just continue these highs. So NZD CAD does look like one of those pairs that we could keep an eye on and trade for that third day push. If you decide to trade this, just be careful. Again, I'm not confident in any of these trades for the day, so I'm done. I'm not going to be looking for any more trades for the day. I'll be back tonight. Again, tonight's isolation session will be done on WAP. Tomorrow's trading session and tomorrow's isolation session will be done on WAP as well for our members. So, If you're just here on YouTube, if you're here on our Discord, then we'll be back again with the live streams on Thursday night for the Thursday isolation session. And then Friday's trading session will also be done on YouTube. So if you're not a member on WAP, we'll see you Thursday night and on Friday morning. If you are a member on our WAP, then we'll see you tonight for the isolation session. Slide to WAP, everyone. Facts. No other questions before we leave out of here, guys? Let me know. If not, once again, we'll be done for the day. We'll be back again tonight for our WAP members. Any other trades, any other pairs you guys are looking at, let me know. Oh, man. NZD, USD, and NZD CAD look the same for that 372, but again, ADR already for this has been hit 100%. Just one of those things, man, where yo, nothing looks picture perfect. Nothing looks good right now. It's a bunch of trapping traders. And again, we can see that crystal clear on US 30. Crazy gaps in the market too. Dude, this is just insane. Alright, team. We'll be back again tonight for the isolation session. Again, that'll be for our WAP members, and then we'll be back on YouTube on Thursday night. See you guys then. If you guys want to join our Discord, again, our Discord is free to join. Make sure you guys join our Discord. Putting the link right now in the chat. Alright, we'll see you guys tonight. Peace out.